Alright, so the new season started about a week ago, and now that we've all played with everything we want to play with, I can finally take some time to just talk about the game, what's going on around it, and talk about general feedback and whatnot before we head into next week, which will be the ramp up for the testing grounds, and hopefully they'll let us know what's going on. Anyways, I asked you guys to let me know what your thoughts were regarding the season and For Honor, and I don't think I've ever seen so many similar comments regarding the game out of all of my time covering it. So today I'll be going over what I've been seeing, but before we begin, today's video is sponsored. This video is sponsored by Epic Loot Shop. They offer a ton of high quality Viking accessories ranging from necklaces and rings to hand painted tankards. Father's Day is peeking around the corner, and if you're looking for something as a gift for them or even yourself, there's a lot to choose from, including the Vegvasir ring. The symbol is believed to provide guidance for those who were lost. It's made from solid stainless steel and features a few other Nordic symbols along the sides and inside the band. Or the Fenrir Wolf bracelet. I really like how this one is put together, especially the clasp. Fenrir is the brother of Yorm, and he often symbolizes power, strength, fearlessness, or even inevitability. This piece is again made with stainless steel. Epic Loot Shop did give us our own code to use at checkout. If you use the code INFINITE at checkout, you'll get free shipping worldwide on your order. Thanks to Epic Loot Shop for sponsoring this video. Links to their page will be in the description. Now, let's get into the video. I've held a lot of polls and read through a lot of comments that come my way, whether it be on videos or live streams, and I think this season more than ever, I've seen players' frustration regarding content, mainly the lack of unique customization content. I feel like it just ramps up each season, which is why I feel the urge to talk about it. The reworks and whatnot have been very well received, and as I've said before, Ubi has been knocking it out of the park when it comes to the fight changes, and I don't really see anyone heavily disagreeing. Sure, some people don't like the direction and don't really agree with a few changes here and there, but generally the reception has been positive, and I believe it will continue to be positive as we head into the testing grounds with Raider, Orochi, Shinobi, and whatever they plan on doing regarding option selects. I've seen some talks about Gladiator and his bash, and a few things about Aramusha and Shigoki, but when it comes to the specific heroes, I don't see too much. I have been seeing a few things when we zoom out and look at the roster as a whole. I've seen, more talks about bash attacks and how as we move further into the game's life cycle, more heroes get bashes, but I've talked about that before. Same thing with dodge attacks. After this batch of reworks, I've seen more comments about how many dodge attacks are in the game now and how it's making fights feel similar or slowing them down and whatnot, but other than that, it's been positive. But when it comes to what we put on our heroes, equip for them, I've seen more discussion around that when I look at feedback than anything else, which is probably just more people choosing to voice that same frustration over time. There's nothing wrong with universal content. The unique stuff was just better. I know we've touched on this before, and I'm sure Ubi's been seeing the feedback as well, but releasing unique content for heroes in chunks would actually be well received, I believe. Yes, you'd have some people who will get upset that their favorite hero or one of their mains didn't get included in one of these drops, but those are the same people that will get upset over anything anyways. If you were to drop finishers for one faction at a time, I think it would go over really well, even if it was just one faction a season, or just pick a random group of heroes and give them unique finishers or emotes. Take a look at pick rates and start with the most popular ones, or look at the newer heroes who just have less to choose from. As for universal stuff, either put them on sale more often or make it to where if you buy it once, it unlocks for all heroes or even just a faction. And I've been seeing, a few people getting upset at the ones going about content this way, saying that they're beating a dead horse or just enjoy the game for what it is and be happy with the fight updates without acknowledging that people play games for different reasons. For people like me, these reworks made me want to hop on the game more often than before, especially more than last season because I've been having a lot of fun with Hitokiri and Gladiator. Then in a few weeks there's the testing grounds, and then in a few weeks after that is the new hero. But for those who really enjoy the game for the customization and presentation, or those who just want brand new stuff like a new hero, a permanent mode, or a new map, they're just counting down the days until July 22nd. They're not going to get too much out of the launch of this season. The word drought has been pretty fitting considering the season's theme for some. Anyways, don't get too worked up over what someone else plays the game for. If you're still playing this game actively, odds are we'd all like to see the game succeed and grow and see the IP evolve, and for that, we need people to want to play the game no matter what the reason is. Speaking of the new hero, for those of you who only care about the hero and nothing else, we still don't know anything. Yeah, it does suck to have to wait. I've seen a few people genuinely upset that the hero didn't release last week. Trust me, I wasn't overjoyed when we find out they'd be released mid-season, but it is what it is. And I still have really high hopes for this hero. Actually, I'm more excited for this hero than I was for Warmonger and Griffin. Can't you tell by the tone of my voice? And we don't even really know too much about them. I know that's just setting me up for disappointment if the hero doesn't turn out great, but I can hope. Samurai is a plus in my book. Yes, it's another blade weapon. I would have preferred a blunt weapon, but if they use their sheath, that'd actually be one of a kind in For Honor. The whole Mirage thing can be really interesting if Ubi goes out of their way to try something new. As I said last time, Mirages and After Images can make use of the trap mechanic and not just be something that has to be thrown into the feat category. I saw a few suggestions regarding a tier 4 spawning a bot to act as a clone or something. I saw a really interesting comment that mentioned that there already is an after image technically when fainting, and how Ubi can play around with making a hero who uses feints more effectively to get damage in, something similar to Berserker. Then there was that trailer they showed off at Ubi Forward, actually opened Ubi Forward with, that showed a ghostly silhouette or mirage of the new hero as Horkos and Chimera stood side by side and looked up at them. Then there was that meme that Ubi posted a few days ago with the caption saying that mastering a hero is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural or something. We'll find out more after the testing grounds for sure, but trust me, I am excited. As for my thoughts on the next testing grounds, I'm happy with the heroes they chose. I'm hoping that a few other heroes will get thrown in as well one day, mainly Yorm, but Raider, Orochi, and Shinobi are solid picks. We all know why Shinobi is getting thrown in there. He needed to be. We just have to wait and see what Ubi wants to do with him. I can sort of see what they'll do with Raider, but Orochi, I wonder if they're going to drastically change him and go against what they've been trying to do with him for a while, give him a bash and whatnot, or will they continue to try and improve what they've built with him so far? Then there's the whole option select thing. There's been even more talks about option selects than ever. We don't really know exactly what Ubi plans on doing, but we know some of the more problematic ones like a GB option select will be probably dealt with. The one that's being debated the most right now is the zone option select, with one side wanting them totally removed so that the defender has to make one decision that covers one option. This ignores a few things, of course, but you get the point. For example, if an unblockable is thrown right at you, they want the decision to be for the defender to dodge, go for a parry, or do nothing, while the attacker's decision would either be to let it fly, feint, or feint into something. Again, it's simplifying it, but you get the idea. The ones that want to keep zone option selecting believe that it adds more depth to the combat. If I'm throwing an unblockable, is my opponent going to go for the zone option select, and how can I punish it if they do try to zone? The defender is thinking, okay, I can zone option select here. Will the attacker expect it, feint and wait to punish? If so, I should heavy feint and a guard break to catch his punish attempt. You get it. I'm not going to lay out a whole flowchart here for duels and team fights, but that's the gist of it. I see where both sides are coming from. The testing grounds will be interesting. There is a sentence in the blog post that Ubi put up a few weeks ago that really caught my eye. It reads, with the new option select changes, however, players will not be able to option select a Shigoki and will have to defend themselves against his unblockable heavy finishers in the way that was intended. When they say in the way that was intended, it makes me believe that we are going to have to commit to using only heavy to parry. I could be totally wrong, but we'll find out in less than 2 weeks. And that is pretty much it. That's all I've got for this video. I just wanted to talk about a few things today since I haven't really been talking about the game too much. There isn't too much waiting to do now, just a few weeks until the testing grounds and about a month until the new hero. As always, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I will talk to you guys in the next